Alright, so I want to congratulate Solid Gold for finally getting herself some angelfish. This is mostly just my 2 cents video and what to expect from my experience. So with that said, I do not expect her to see this video, but if she does, maybe this might help her, I don't know. So with that said, I'm going to start off first that the angelfish that she has right now are big and beautiful. She has some very beautiful pearl koi angelfish. She even has a beautiful koi. And the pearls that once they pair up, and then she decides to try out spawning with them, which spawning is actually relatively simple with angelfish, she's going to have some very beautiful angelfish fry. But with that said, once the angelfish start pairing up and spawning, they're going to be jerks to everyone in the tank. Now, of course, luckily I have my original 2 pair here in their own separate tank. These 2 were never in a community tank when I got them. I just stuck them together and they paired up, believe it or not. And of course, their names are Blake and Sun. They've actually spawned for me now about 3 times. They spawned about another 3 to 4 times, but the eggs always got fungus, so that kind of stinks. I think what I need to do is I need to re-add in my white background to this tank. That way so it feels secure. Because that's pretty much what I think is going on. But they're just eyeing the back for some reason right now. But yeah. Once Solid Gold's angelfish pair up, it's going to be a bit of a problem because keeping a pair in a community tank that are always going to try and spawn can be a bit of a pain in the butt. And what do I mean by that? These 2 right here. These two have now spawned in now my 20 long, and they've only been in this 20 long for like 5 days. All the other angelfish I'm about to show were in my 30-gallon tank. They're not in that 30-gallon tank anymore because my one of my flower horns desperately needed a bigger tank, and my 30-gallon tank is the biggest tank I got right now. But these 2, when they were in the 30-gallon tank, no matter if they were spawning or not, they would always bully all the other fish, no matter if they were spawning or not. And it was a community tank, but these 2 right here were always bullying everyone. No, like I said, no matter if they were spawning or not. So yeah. Hopefully since she has a 90-gallon, that won't be much of a problem, but angelfish, when they're spawning, can be jerks. And of course I have a divider here. Of course I have the oddball group. A koi pearl, and a Filipino veil, a poor little red-tailed shark, and then I got another pair right here that literally just paired up yesterday. And of course, another marble, and the female is a marble pearl too. So I have 2 marble angelfish at least. So yeah. Since these 2 paired up yesterday, these 2 were constantly pushing these 2 angelfish all the way over to here constantly. So I had to resurrect another divider to divide these 2 up, that way so they can stop being jerks to everyone in this tank. Now with that said, this tank is only temporary. I'm hoping to get a bigger tank for them in the next few months, but if that does not happen, I will be giving all these fish in this tank to a local fish store called Worlds Underwater. That way so all my angelfish here can get proper homes. But for right now, I'm going to keep them in this tank for a few months, and if I can't get a new tank in the next few months, I'm going to get them to, like I said, Worlds Underwater. And of course, here is my flower horn in his new 30-gallon tank. I do plan on hopefully giving him a bigger tank eventually soon too, but this tank is more than sufficient for him right now anyways. And plus it's actually really good to actually just grow the flower horn with the tank. And sorry about that clicking noise in the background. There's nothing I can do about it. And of course I have another angelfish pair right here. Actually the male here, it's actually about the same size as solid gold's angelfish are. This is a big angelfish too. And of course they've spawned in this, and of course they have a spawn too, which I'm currently taking care of. And these little angelfish right here are Blake & Son's first fry. These are 3 I saved myself that I wanted to keep because I liked the way they looked. I don't know how many months old they are, but they're probably like 4 or 5 months old. And I'm very happy with how well they came out. And they're in a community tank, right? And they're only a 10-gallon community, and they're doing great. I also have 2 female bettas in this tank too. Everyone's generally getting along just fine. This needs to go away. Shoot! 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 And of course, this is Blake & Son's 3rd generation fry. They're in a 10-gallon tank. They're about 3 months old. Actually, no, probably like 2 months old, I believe. They have adequate filtration and whatnot too. But if Solid Gold wanted to give angelfish breeding a shot, she's gonna have some pretty beautiful little angelfish. And of course, once these guys get a little bit more bigger, I'm actually going to give them to Worlds Underwater to sell and whatnot. I don't get like maybe like $5 per batch, which I use for like stuff in the store or whatever. But generally speaking, I just like angelfish breeding because it's something cool for me to do and kind of see what I'm capable of doing, more or less. Oh yeah, when it comes to my flower horns, this one is my show class flower horn. Believe it or not, I got this one for 12 bucks. Best 12 bucks I ever spent on a fish. But yeah, generally speaking, it's just, like I said, this video is just my 2 cents on angelfish and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I just wanted to give her a heads up that once your angelfish start pairing up, they're gonna be jerks to everyone else in the tank. But if you give them their own tank and they do their whole spawning and whatnot, angelfish breeding is actually relatively fun to do. And like I said, it's really freaking easy. All you need is just freaking brine shrimp or something to feed the fry when they become free swimming. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully this video is not too long, but I'll have to see what it looks like when I go to edit it together.